1,000 hours. A Ukrainian MiG-29, a ghost riding a mere 50 feet off the deck, crosses the front line at Kherson. Its target, a grain silo. But this isn't a food source anymore. The Russians have repurposed it into a drone command and control center, the brain behind the deadly swarms hunting Ukrainian positions. The mission, so far, is quiet, too quiet. And in the world of combat aviation, quiet is a countdown, because in a matter of seconds, that countdown hits zero. Unknown to the pilot, a Russian soldier at a checkpoint directly ahead has him in his crosshairs, not with a rifle, with an Igla MANPADS. The missile ignites. A trail of smoke corkscrews into the sky. It's already turning, its seeker head locking onto the blazing heat of the MiG's twin engines. The pilot doesn't think, he reacts. A hard yank left, then a brutal, gut-wrenching pull harder right, directly into the missile's previous flight path. It's a game of chicken with a rocket. The missile can't correct fast enough. It overshoots. But this was just the opening salvo, the warning shot. Within 4 seconds, 3 more plumes of smoke rise from different vectors. Russian troops, now fully alerted, are firing without lock tones, a desperate spray and pray, hoping proximity fuses will do the job their aim can't. And here's the terrifying flaw in this Soviet-era warhorse. The pilot's SPO-15 Beryoza radar warning receiver stays silent. Think of it like a smoke detector that can't sense an actual fire, only the smoke. For this pilot, the only warning he gets is the rising smoke itself. 3 missiles, all trying to converge on him at once. He enters a maximum performance brake turn. 9 Gs crush him into his seat, the world graying out at the edges, blood draining from his head. The missiles, less agile, can't match the turn. All 3 overshoot harmlessly. But those launch plumes, they were giant smoke signals visible for 20 miles. Every Russian position from here to Crimea now has his coordinates. The entire occupied territory is waking up. He has just kicked the Hornet's nest. His only hope now is to get lower. He dives back to 50 feet, threading the needle above power lines at a blistering 540 knots. The radar altimeter screams a constant warning. The minimum setting shows 50 feet, but the actual clearance is a terrifying lottery, anywhere between 20 and 80 feet over the undulating terrain. One moment of inattention, one misjudgment, and this multi-million-dollar fighter jet becomes a very expensive lawn dart. This is nap of the Earth flying at its most extreme, using the terrain to break radar line of sight every 8 to 10 seconds. He follows power line corridors, a calculated risk guaranteeing no surprise obstacles, but flying so low that rooftop MANPADS teams can literally look down on him. More Iglas launch ahead. Russians are now firing over their shoulders, launching behind his flight path, hoping he'll fly right into the missile's acquisition basket. Each evasive maneuver, each hard jink burns 200 pounds of precious fuel from his 7,000-pound internal capacity. Do the math, 35 more hard turns and he's not flying home, he's walking. If he survives, his plane's navigation system is useless this low, it's all on him now. Pure memorized waypoints and his Mark I eyeball are the only things keeping him from becoming one with the Ukrainian countryside. And while he's winning the world's deadliest game of dodgeball, a new ancient threat is stirring. A P-18 spoon rest radar, a Vietnam-era beast, is getting intermittent returns. This thing operates in the VHF band. Its long wavelengths can penetrate terrain better than any modern X-band radar. The operator is a professional. He's starting to notice a pattern in the fleeting contacts. He's already alerting a Panzer S-1 crew 12 kilometers ahead. They're setting a trap. This is where the hunter becomes the hunted. The old P-18 VHF radar is the tracking dog flushing him out. Then the X-band fire control radars will be the attack dogs moving in for the kill. And the threats are escalating. A Tor-M2 system is warming up from a cold start. These things need 3 full minutes to boot up their advanced, electronically steered array. Once online, it can track 48 targets and engage 4 at once. He'll be flying right into its engagement envelope in less than 2 minutes. If that wasn't enough, the Krasuka 4 electronic warfare system joins the party, flooding the area with GPS jamming. The pilot watches his GPS receiver flicker. 8 satellites drop to 5, then 4. The JDAM smart bomb he's carrying needs 8 for optimal accuracy, with 4 the circular error probability balloons from 5 meters to 30. The difference between a direct hit on the building and hitting the empty parking lot next to it. But Ukrainian engineers are ingenious. They anticipated this. Their modified JDAM-ER has an enhanced inertial navigation system with ring laser gyroscopes. Even with 0 GPS, it can maintain 10-meter accuracy for 2 minutes. It basically remembers exactly where it started and calculates every tiny movement since. Time to check the weapon. The pilot runs the built-in test. Data flows. This isn't supposed to work. American weapons on Soviet jets. But Ukrainian engineers basically hotwired a USB connection between incompatible systems. All systems show green. He programs the backup impact mode. If GPS fails completely, the bomb will use barometric pressure and inertial navigation only. Less accurate, but still devastating. He inputs the final parameters: headwind, temperature, pressure, 30 seconds to the initial point. After this, he is committed. No abort, no alternatives. The Tor-M2 will be fully online in 45 seconds. He will have to climb directly into its engagement envelope, release the weapon, and somehow, against all odds, survive the egress. The pilot takes one deep breath, checks his remaining flares, 48 left, and prepares to point his jet at the sky. Behind him, the entire Russian air defense network is coming online. Radars sweeping, missiles spinning up, all focused on one Ukrainian MiG-29, one pilot about to ruin their entire morning. The initial point hits the jet like a sledgehammer. The pilot pulls the stick into his stomach. 5 Gs crush him as the MiG's nose points straight up. Twin RD-33 engines roar to full afterburner. 36,600 pounds of combined thrust, turning the fighter into a rocket. The altimeter spins like a slot machine. This is the high-speed yo-yo, converting 540 knots of forward speed into pure altitude. And then the SPO-15's audio warning changes. From the searching weep-weep to the solid piercing tone every fighter pilot has nightmares about. The Tor-M2 has achieved trek. Through the HUD, his airspeed is bleeding off. 480 knots, 420, 380. He needs to reach 15,000 feet before he hits 180 knots, his stall speed. The math is brutal. He has exactly 4 seconds in the release window. Too early, the JDAM won't have the energy for its 40-mile glide. Too late, he stalls, a sitting duck for a missile. The Tor-M2 launches. The pilot doesn't see it, but his RWR screams the news. A 9M331 missile is airborne, accelerating to 850 meters per second. Intercept in 11 seconds, JDAM release in 6 seconds. He fights every instinct to maneuver. The weapon needs stable flight. 13,000 feet, 220 knots. The stall warning chirps. 14,000 feet, 200 knots. At exactly 15,000 feet and 185 knots, he pickles the JDAM. The 500-pound bomb falls away, tumbles, then its diamond-shaped wings deploy with a puff of smoke. It begins its 40-mile glide toward destiny. The pilot can't celebrate. He needs 2 more seconds of predictable flight. 2 seconds that feel like an eternity with a missile closing at twice the speed of sound. 1,000, 2,000, separation confirmed. Now he can fight. He rolls inverted and pulls through into a split S, diving hard back toward the earth. Chaff cartridges fire, blooming into a massive cloud of aluminum strips. He creates a Doppler notch, making his velocity relative to the radar near 0. He vanishes from their screen. The Russian operator switches to his optical backup, but it's like playing a video game with a massive lag while someone throws tinfoil at your screen. The pilot times it perfectly. The missile detonates 300 meters away, close, too close. A tungsten fragment punches through the port engine with a sound like a hammer hitting a bell. The engine is done. Fire warning light stays off. Good. But he just lost half his thrust, 40 miles behind enemy lines. The MiG-29 was built by engineers who assumed everything would break. It can fly on one engine. but it's not ideal when everyone and their mother is trying to shoot you down. The MiG screams over Hola Pristin at 800 feet and the entire city erupts. Every Zu-23 anti-aircraft gun opens up. They're not aiming at him, they're creating walls of steel where he's going to be. Every fifth round is a tracer looking like Star Wars lasers, but meaning a projectile bigger than your thumb is screaming towards you. Visual. A dramatic, first-person view of tracers streaking past the canopy, the cityscape a blur. But the pilot has one fleeting advantage. He's flying through his own sonic boom. The overpressure wave disrupts optical sights, making everything shimmer. Gunners are aiming through a desert mirage. He starts jinking, random 2 to 3G turns every 2 seconds. On one engine, with a yellow hydraulic warning light now turning red, it's like doing surgery while riding a mechanical bull. The backup hydraulic system engages, but it only gives him 30% control authority. Every movement is a battle. Then the 23mm rounds start connecting. The sound of metal punching through aluminum fills the cockpit. Through the chaos, he can see Ukrainian territory ahead, maybe 35 miles. The MiG is barely responding, but it's still flying. Because Soviet engineers built flying tanks, and behind him, 40 miles back, the JDAM-ER is in its terminal dive. The drone operators in the grain elevator have 3 seconds to live. The bomb hits the center support column at over 600 miles per hour. It punches through concrete and steel like paper, then detonates deep inside. 445 pounds of high explosive converts to pure energy. The blast overpressure hits 300 psi. A 2,800 degrees Celsius fireball consumes everything. The support column vaporizes. 8,000 tons of concrete and grain begin a progressive collapse. The building folds in on itself like a Jenga tower. Total collapse time, 6.2 seconds. Secondary explosions ripple through the ruins as stored missiles and drone batteries cook off. The Russian drone headquarters is gone. The Ukrainian pilot, nursing his dying MiG, fights for every foot of altitude, for every mile toward home. The hunters had finally become the hunted. This was more than a bombing run. This was a masterclass in survival, a testament to human endurance and engineering ingenuity against overwhelming odds. The math of fuel and flares, the physics of radar and evasion, the sheer brutal calculus of modern aerial combat. This pilot faced it all and succeeded. But we want to hear from you. What aspect of this deadly dance fascinates you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Was it the cat and mouse game with the Soviet-era radar systems, the incredible modifications to the JDAM bomb, or the sheer piloting skill required for nap of the Earth evasion? Please make a comment on which topic you want our next video to cover. The most requested subject wins. Was it a deep dive into the P-18 spoon rest radar and how to defeat it? An analysis of the Tor-M2 SAM Trap? Or a full breakdown of the Ukrainian modified JDAM-ER? Let us know below. Your input drives our content. This has been The Breakdown. Until next time, bye for now.